Hey guys, welcome back. We're heading out on vacation and I'm going to show you a little way that we're going to prep the garden to make sure that everything stays watered and everything stays healthy, so when we get back we're still able to harvest and still have things coming in. Alright, and this is what we're going to be using. It's an orbital timer set to release the water. We have none of the emitters to this that actually slow down and regulate the amount of water pressure that's going through the tube for the soaker hoses, but in this case it's a straight hookup directly to the water source. It's always on the full on. And we have it set up so that at 7 o'clock, it'll run for 90 minutes every other day. So with that in mind, this is what we have at the garden. So in the center of the garden, we have an oscillating sprinkler. It's a little bit bigger than normal. This ensures that when it is on, at its full potential, everything's opened up completely. So it goes to its full extent. It covers the entire garden. And make sure that everything gets watered. And that is one of the reasons why we started bringing a lot of this stuff closer to the center. So we have everything that used to be over here, we brought up here to the center. We brought the squash in a little bit closer so it makes sure it gets the actual base of the plant itself instead of just the lead. And it's really that simple. Now that we've got that all set up, we have done a couple test runs on it to ensure that it does work, and it's been working out perfectly. At 7 in the morning, it runs for an hour and a half and everything seems to be watered appropriately. Now I'm not going to have to do much watering today before we leave because we did get some rain last night and it watered yesterday. So we're just going to let it run the way it is. It will get rain tomorrow, it will get water tomorrow morning and then every other day after that. So it should get enough water over the next couple days, so it should keep everything good as long as we don't get any major heat. Now the other thing that we're going to be doing is we have to ensure that everything is picked. Now in the last video I showed you that came out on Friday, I showed you me out in the garden picking. That was actually yesterday. So this is being filmed the day before we leave and we have everything harvested. The last thing I have to pick is some of our green beans just to make sure we get everything out and we don't have anything that's going to potentially go to seed and stop the growth of our plants. And you can see there are a ton of green beans. So we're going to go for the major or the big ones to make sure that none of those go to seed. Alright, and that's what we got. And that's not even all of it. There's still quite a bit left on the vines. And like I said, we want to try to get as much of them off as we can because we're going to be gone for about 5 or 6 days. And we want to make sure that nothing goes to seed. And once these go to seed, the green beans will stop producing green beans. So what we have here is we want to try to get multiple flushes. It is the middle of August, so we want to try to get another flush of green beans, especially from these pole beans, come this fall. So we've got those going, we've got our green beans, we've harvested everything else from the garden. So that's going to be it. We're going to hit the road and then we'll check out the garden here in a little bit to show you how everything did and fared over the last couple days. Alright, we're back, and I would say everything is doing pretty okay. The green beans are still producing a bunch, and it looks like our cucumbers are starting to fizzle out, but we still have a bunch left on the vine. So we're going to start picking those and just doing a general harvest out here today. You can see we picked all of our cucumbers before we left, and now that's what we are able to pick from just the last 5 days being gone. A lot of our mortgage lifters, they've really plumped up and started to ripen. Many are about the size of my fist or bigger. Some of them are getting that cat face where they've got multiple growing together. This one's about the size of 2 fists put together. I can hold it in the palm of my hand like this, and it looks like it might be 2 tomatoes growing together. But they're starting to red out, so hopefully here pretty soon they'll be ripe and we'll be picking them. The melon's plumping, and it looks like we got a couple more melons and cantaloupe growing inside here. I think I showed you the last of the hornworms, the one we had on the other side of the bed over here that kind of got popped or disintegrated. This one's all done as well. He's just barely hanging on, but there's nothing in there on his insides. He's just kind of hanging there on the branch. If you look closely here at the end, you can see all the holes of all the eggs hatching. You can see where they've bursted open. You can see where they all bursted open, all the holes in it. Pick. A lot of the stuff seems to start to fall over, so we're going to straighten this up, probably from the weight, pick up all of the tomatoes that we can get out of here, and restake everything. So far we got about 34 jalapenos. Now we're pulling up a lot of our radishes right now, and a lot of them are good size. We have a few small ones, but we are getting a good harvest out of most of it. And one of the things we want to do is we want to start making room for our fall harvest in through here. So we do have some kale and some mustard greens that aren't getting as much light as they probably need to, so we're going to clear the way, maybe do some other planting and get this situated for fall. We're able to pull out a lot of our turnips as well. Alright guys, so that is it. The sprinkler system plan worked exactly how we needed to. The garden got exactly the amount of water it needed, and it was great because we did get a little bit of rain in between. So, you want another blueberry tomato? As much as we needed the rain, the sprinkler system was able to subsidize a lot of the rain that we needed, giving the garden exactly what it needed for water, and as a result, everything blew up. We have a huge tomato harvest where most of the stuff that we had in here was green, now is red. We have a ton of peppers that are coming in. We picked, like I said earlier, over 30 jalapenos, which we started to see that kind of expanded a lot more. All of our pepper plants, especially the sweet peppers, the bell peppers, they've got tons of stuff on them. And we're just waiting for those to start to turn colors. You want another tomato? And as a result, we're just at this point, we're just waiting. Relax, buddy. We're just waiting for everything to turn. And that goes for our hot peppers as well. We were able to get 2 Scotch bonnets, the yellow ones that are all ready to go. We are able to get a lot of our banana peppers like we always do. And our big producer right now is our purple bells. They have been producing and continuing to produce these purple bell peppers. They seem to come up a lot faster and get ready a lot faster than all of the other ones. We're still getting some of our cucumbers. We have gotten a few eggplants that are ready to go that we've picked. We still have a few more on the vine. They're still coming in, and a lot of and all of the plants that we have, we still have buds coming in. We picked a lot of our root vegetables. We got our turnips out. We've got our radishes out. We pulled all of our kohlrabi because that just didn't work out for us because of the way the broccoli was in there. It kind of overshadowed them, didn't allow them to get enough sun, so they didn't develop the way they were supposed to. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set everything up in those areas, and we're going to start pulling certain things in these different areas and get them start getting them ready for our fall crops. I'm not sure what we're going to be planting for our fall crops. We're going to start going over that over the next couple of days and start getting that in the ground, so stay tuned for that. If you have any questions or comments on how everything works, just leave it in the comments section. I'm glad to answer any questions that you might have. And as always,
please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.